Hi Cancer, welcome to your October 2019 monthly reading. Sorry if I look a little bit run down. I started filming the videos yesterday, and yesterday I was fine. But today I apparently have a bit of a sore throat and a runny nose, and yeah, feeling a bit run down. Not too bad, but enough to make me reevaluate laying on a layer of makeup on my face just for hates, just for filming some more videos. So I hope you pardon me for me not looking too fabulous this time around. I could, but it's yeah. Right, so in the meantime, I hope you had a lovely autumn equinox or Magon if you celebrate it as such, or however you celebrate it, perhaps in your local cultures as well. Oof. Focus up. In the meantime, October is right around the corner, so okay. This one's odd. It features both being stuck and feeling like you're stuck and feeling like you're tied to something, feeling like you're tied down to a situation or just a chain of events, I guess. And then there's also the movement card, you know, the Eight of Wands. The curious thing was, I'm going to show the cards to you as soon as I get a couple more for my table, because I'm stubborn about this. Come on, Cancer October. Come on, one more card. Should really figure out a new way of shuffling with my cards. Together with my cards, I need to figure this out. How we could do that without, like, you know, taking too long. Okay. Right, what I was starting to say is that these two guys fell out one right after the other. And you know the eights are in general about movement in the tarot, in the minor arcana, but Eight of Swords is all about being, you know, feeling like you're trapped, and Eight of Wands is all about, well, everything's happening a lot. This one's a confusing one. Okay. Let's try and focus up. Finding your inner strength. Finding your inner resolve. We have the Strength card and the Emperor card. Choices. And sleepless nights. It kind of feels like a mythical quest. I don't know. It kind of feels like a mythical quest a little bit. I'm not sure what about, though. I think this might be an individual mythical quest for each one of you. And the thing is, I'm not sure. I think it might be, for some of you, it might be an outward journey, like an interaction with the world, and for some of you, it might be an inner journey, an inner mythical quest. But it's about facing down your fears, though. Yeah, it's definitely about facing down your fears. Because these two guys, well, they are respectively the Eight of Swords was the first card that fell out for me, and then the Nine of Swords was the last card that I drew. So in between you feeling like you're stuck in a situation and you being tormented by that situation, and I guess, but that's the thing, like Nine of Swords is usually like sleepless nights. Oh, I can't stop thinking about it, I can't stop worrying about it. And a lot of times fruitlessly worrying about it. In this case, the Nine of Swords feels like, because, you know, just the way this particular card is depicted, right? About facing the monster and feeling small in the face of that monster. So it's about finding the strength, finding the willpower in facing the monster, whatever that monster is for you. It might be your career, it might be something within yourself, something, a characteristic of yours. Some shadow work, perhaps, if you do that. Because October is the month leading up to, you know, Samhain, and even if you don't participate, it is, you know, generally what I think most of us feel like the darkest time of the year. So it is a good time to be facing down some inner demons. So, stuck in that situation, and stuck, and not in this case, because the Hangman for me can feel like, in two aspects, it can feel like being tied down, or it can feel like being tied down, sort of, but mostly just seeing a different perspective through being forced into an uncomfortable situation. This one feels like being tied down. It feels like you guys are, like with the Eight of Swords and with the Hangman together, it feels like you guys are trapped in figuring something out, or not being able to figure something out that feels like way bigger and way stronger than you, whatever that might be. Oof. Sorry, guys. Okay. We also have the Seven of Cups. In this case, you know, this can be the card of like false offers, false promises. I think in this case, it kind of feels like, to me, like that, you know, figuring out the puzzle in Indiana Jones. Don't remember which movie, what name of the movie was, but he had to find, like, you know, the Holy Grail. I'm so sorry about, like, this, guys. I'm just, wow. Yeah. He has to find a Holy Grail. And that's why I said that if this feels a little bit like the mystical, you know, like inner quest for you guys. I think for most of you, this will be an inner quest. Something to figure out within yourselves. It won't feel like movement until the point that it suddenly does. It will feel like you're tied down up until the point where suddenly everything's happening very fast. I do also have the King of Swords here. I don't understand what he's about. What are you trying to tell me, King of Swords? Love this. Love this for myself. No, I don't. Jeez. No, not you. Oh, okay, I guess you. Okay. You have to be analytical, you have to be merciless, and in a way, well, cold and calculating. Not in a bad way, you know, sometimes you just have to be pure intellect about something. You have to be the King of Swords yourself in order to get to the Ten of Pentacles. That's... yeah, okay. This is not about the Ten of Pentacles and the material, oh, picket fence kind of way. No. If you want tangible results from whatever inner work or for whatever demons you have to face down within yourself, if you want tangible results from it, you know, meaning the Ten of Pentacles, you have to go about facing down your demons or whatever, you know, large toothed swan monsters. You have to go about facing down whatever is holding you back within yourself, or not within yourself, without yourself, through the cold and calculating and analytical manner that the King of Swords has. It might not be comfortable for some of you. You know, you guys are a water sign, but I think you know how to go about. I think you know how to bring that out in you, how to bring out the King of Swords in you. I think you'll manage just fine. What can I give you? Let's draw a Latvian sign oracle card. Yeah, this is about shadow work. This is the moon sign, and it's about, you know, this destruction. It's about cycles. It's about the cycle of growing and, you know, then decreasing, waxing and then waning. But it's also about the moon. It's about the shadow work. You guys are facing some shadow work in the month of October. It might not be pleasant, but it's something that I don't think you'll be able to avoid. Let me draw another card, like a tarot card. Is this something that can be put off? Or is this something that needs to be faced head on? Oh. Yeah, no, I don't know what's prompted in your life to seek, you know, the inner intuition, the inner paths to walk the paths of the moon, I guess. I don't know. I feel like saying these things. I'm trying to channel stuff even though my head feels a bit foggy from being a little bit ill. But it's... I feel like something happened with you, either will happen at the beginning of October or happen at the end of September, or will happen at the end of September, depending on how fast I manage to edit and upload these videos. What that made you like have to evaluate something within yourself that had to like forced into clear view what you need to work on within yourself still. So intuitive shadow work, but approach it from the standpoint of, I have to do this. You have to, it's going to be intuitive shadow work, but you have to be very analytical in the fact that you're going to have to intellectually realize that you have to go through this in order to actually feel better. Shadow work is very rarely like pure cold King of Swords. But the decision that will bring you to the High Priestess is the decision of the King of Swords. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. I hope this made somewhat of sense. Thank you so much, Cancer, for watching. I'll try and get different... I'll try and get a different kind of a camera stand next month, depending on how my budgeting treats me. So hopefully more videos incoming sometime next month. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment on how this resonated with you. Like, subscribe, all the YouTube things. And I wish you the best of luck with this in the next month. Bye, guys.